But as Mr. Cloud's idea caught on, problems arose. His server farms got so big, they used 3% of the world's energy and pumped out tons of CO2 every hour, hurting our planet. And Mr. Cloud, seeing his monopoly, started charging more and more. Businesses were upset, but they needed Mr. Cloud's servers to stay in business, so they just paid. This didn't sit well with Dr. Nextcloud, a businessman with multiple startups feeling the pinch of inflation and rising costs. One night, surrounded by idle computers at work and then at home, Dr. Nextcloud had an epiphany. What if these idle computers could be linked together to create a cloud service? A service that pays people like you for using your computer's spare power. It would be fairer, cheaper, and greener. And so, Nextcloud was born, turning idle devices worldwide into a revolutionary cloud service that benefits everyone. Unlike Mr. Cloud, Dr. Nextcloud offers a fair deal to both businesses and device owners, ensuring a sustainable future for our planet. Together, we can all be part of a movement that not only saves costs, but also our environment. It's time to turn the tables on Mr. Cloud and let our idle PCs power a new digital world. Join Nextcloud and let's shape tomorrow today.
Let's shape tomorrow today. So let's talk about the opportunity of Nextcloud. Most people have no idea that they're actually using cloud computing services. If you're ordering food online, leveraging an app, banking online, streaming a video, trading stock, ordering from Amazon, taking an Uber, or booking a flight, or scan with an antivirus, you are participating in the cloud computing space. The business of cloud computing itself, it's a giant business. Most never really think about it. Have you ever wondered who pays for cloud computing? Whenever you buy a product or service online, part of your payment is actually paying for cloud computing. That's what makes it all possible. The cloud computing market is steadily growing. By 2026, it will be more than $1 trillion industry spent yearly in cloud computing. About 20 miles from where I live, Google is building a $1 billion facility for a centralized cloud computing solution. And watch this. 50 to 80% of IT's budget is for cloud computing services. And that is increasing by 16.3% a year. So let's talk about the hidden computing problems. Cloud computing threats continue to increase yearly. Number one, cost. It's up by 60%. It's a bill that companies have to pay anyway. I want you to remember that. It's a bill that companies have to pay anyway. And as those companies grow in scale, that bill is constantly climbing. Number two, data centers are susceptible to breaches. About a month ago, CrowdStrike was breached. It pretty much brought Delta to its knees. Flights were canceled, and it really opened up the eyes of companies to start considering a decentralized solution versus a centralized solution, meaning everything is in one location. Problem number three, data centers produce tons of CO2. So how does these problems affect us? Number one, the service cost. Well, we see that in the products that we pay for. Somebody has to pay for those cloud computing costs, and it's us. Also, when it comes to issue number two, data centers are susceptible to breaches. Well, it's our personal information that's being hacked. And issue number three, climate adversities effect. The Summer Games, Olympic Games, just ended not long ago, and CNN has already reported in the year 2055, because of climate effects, Atlanta cannot host the Summer Games. Barcelona, Spain cannot host the Summer Games. Athens, Greece cannot host the Summer Games. So these are the three problems of cloud computing. Let's talk about the solution that Nextcloud offers. Number one, reducing operational costs by as much as 50%. So providing a solution where companies can save up to 50% on a bill that they have to pay anyway. Number two, eliminating centralized hacking risk. Nextcloud is providing a decentralized solution versus everything being in one central location. Therefore, it makes it more difficult to hack. Issue number three, and solution number three. Nextcloud provides a service where it uses 50% less power. 50% less power. And it reduces 62% less CO2. So we solve a problem. Let's talk about Nextcloud and the opportunity. Now your idle devices can earn while connected to Nextcloud as they process business cloud data. So we've got idle PCs, kind of like you had consumers with Uber had their own vehicles. Airbnb, they had their own real estate. Here with Nextcloud, you have your own computers, your own PCs, or you can buy Nextcloud servers. We're going to talk about the different phases that we're in. Right now, we're in phase one, where you have to buy a nano server. Phase two is when you can purchase software and download it on your existing PC, but we're not there yet. We're in phase one. And so it's the nano server that is the device that you own as you purchase. And it's the unused computational power in that device that is talking to the Nextcloud service and software. So companies are going to choose their cloud computing service. Nextcloud pretty much manages the whole cloud processing. It's leveraging AI-driven load balancing and geo-redundant algorithms to determine what servers each company needs. As far as security, we're using the exact same security protocols as AWS, Azure, which is pretty standard, as well as some additional security that we've installed. So from a security perspective, nothing changes from what they're already using. How does it work? We're building an ecosystem for device owners and businesses alike. Consumers that have the ability to purchase a nano server, that's the hardware. It looks like a Wi-Fi router. Businesses simply select their cloud resources, and Nextcloud manages everything, including the payments in real time. Nextcloud has an app that's available in the iOS, in the Play Store. And because this is traditional business, we actually registered with the SEC, a Reg C filing, 100-page document. I'm going to show you some of that in just a moment. But you simply download the app. It's going to ask you for the referral number of the person that referred you. You enter that referral number. It will not allow you to move forward until that number is there. The next phase is you simply create a new wallet. When you create that new wallet, it's going to give you 12 seed words. That's the most important thing inside of that wallet. Because if you lose your mobile device or crack your screen and need a new mobile device, once you have that new mobile device, how do you get what's in your old wallet from the old device into the new device? Once you download the Nextcloud app, instead of clicking on Create New Wallet, you would click on Import Wallet to import what you have from a previous device into the new device. In order to do that, it's going to ask you for those 12 seed words. If you don't have them, Nextcloud can't help you. Antoine McBay can't help you. The person that introduced you cannot help you. It is of the most importance that you keep those 12 seed words in a safe place. So you created your wallet. The next step is for you to open up an account with the licensed broker of choice. Because we registered with the SEC, we have to have a licensed broker, and that broker is called Issuance. You open up an account with Issuance. It's Issuance that determines whether or not you qualify to invest with Nextcloud. We don't make that decision, the broker does. They want to make sure that you understand the risk factors. They want to make sure that you're not taking the rent money to invest with Nextcloud. So they are the ones that will approve you. It takes between 48 to 72 hours. Once you are approved and you buy 1,000 shares of Nextcloud, it's dollar for dollar on the shares. The company going to give you as a bonus an NFT. That NFT is the license. It's the key that once you go in and purchase your Nano server, and it's a plug and play type of system in terms of plugging up the device using an RJ45 and Ethernet cable directly into that device that already has Nextcloud proprietary software installed, then that NFT is the license key that will unlock that Nano server for you to begin earning immediately. So it's simple plug and play. Once you plug up that device, it's looking for that NFT inside your wallet. If you want multiple servers, you have to have multiple NFTs. It's one NFT per server. Let's talk about the device owner's revenue streams. Device owners can immediately begin earning several ways when they connect their device. Let's talk about A, daily Nextcloud earnings. Earn daily for contribution of your CPU resources to the cloud. So immediately when you plug up that device, you're earning NXQ tokens right away. What determines how many tokens you earn depends on what Nano server you purchase. I'm going to show you that in just a moment, and we'll talk about what you need to look for to evaluate what server is best for you. Let's talk about B, usage-based earnings. Earn based on CPU usage when users access the resources. Once we have deployed 1,000 devices into the market, we will then bring companies on board to choose their cloud service. Also, once the companies start choosing their cloud services, they're looking for servers to process their data as well as storage. That's where your Nano server comes in. Depending on the size of your server, determines how many additional NXQ tokens you're earning based on the usage of your server. Let's talk about C, management bonus. Earn bonuses for devices that you help enroll and manage. If you refer others to our ecosystem to help us grow Nextcloud, for every direct that you introduce that you refer that enroll with your phone number, when they buy 1,000 shares and they are given a free NFT as a bonus, and they buy a Nano server, as long as you yourself have done the same, you will earn a free NFT as a bonus. Which means if you want multiple Nano servers, if you have direct referrals that have done exactly what you have done, you will have that free NFT as a bonus, which is the license key to unlock the additional server that you want to purchase so that you can begin earning even more NXQ tokens. Let's look at D, NFT license resale. The potential to earn profit by selling your NFT license at a higher price later. Because we've registered with the SEC, we have to follow those guidelines. And the guidelines are you cannot sell your NFT for the first 12 months. That NFT will have the potential to increase in value as the NXQ token increase in value. If we look back when BTC first started, those mining machines, they were pretty inexpensive. But as BTC began to increase in value, so did those mining machines. They increased in value right along with BTC. The same type of principle would apply here with the NXQ token and the NFT license. Nextcloud token payment cycle. Earnings are managed by smart contracts on Nextcloud Layer 1 blockchain, which guarantees real-time payments, organic liquidity. And so if we look at how this smart contract works, number one, businesses purchase NXQ for CPU usage. When you think about crypto and you think about a token or a coin, here's the one question I want you to think about. How does one liquidate that token? Even Bitcoin. If you've got Bitcoin, you want to sell it. How do you liquidate it? How do you sell it? Who buys it? Typically with crypto, someone has to believe in that crypto and want to buy it from you off the blockchain. It's peer-to-peer. That's not necessarily the process with Nextcloud. When you understand what I'm about to share with you, it is truly revolutionary and it changes everything in this space. When a company is choosing their Nextcloud computer service, they have to buy NXQ tokens in order to pay for their cloud computing service. And they're going to buy their NXQ tokens off the blockchain from people like you and I who choose to sell our NXQ tokens at whatever price the market is. So here's the cycle. A company's going to put their credit card on file, no different than they do with AWS or Azure. On the back end, what they don't see is the technology that Nextcloud has created, where it takes 50% of that payment and it buys the NXQ tokens. So the device owners, which are us, we simply are selling our NXQ tokens to companies that have to pay a bill anyway. I hope you don't miss that part. And it's a cycle that happens over and over and over. If you don't want to sell your tokens, you don't have to. If you want to sell your tokens at the time that we have 1,000 devices, nano servers in the market, that's when companies will begin to choose their cloud computing service. You can decide if you want to sell some of your tokens or not. And that's when you will begin to earn as you cash out those tokens. So let's talk about the tokenomics a little bit. We use the exact same tokenomics as Bitcoin. There's 21 million Bitcoins. There's a halving every 4 years. We have 21 million NXQ tokens. We have a halving that would take place every 4 years. But we are about 5 years ahead of where Bitcoin was when they started. When Bitcoin started, there was no demand. It was not. That's why the guy gave away 10,000 Bitcoins for anyone that would have 2 Papa John pizzas delivered to his home. There was no demand. Some kind of even beg to differ if there's still a demand to this day. But we've seen what has happened over time with BTC. So let me bring it home to Nextcloud. We're 5 years ahead. We have already created demand. We have more than 100 companies that are waiting for us to have 1,000 nano servers in the market so that they can save up to 50% on a bill that they have to pay anyway. And as they're saving up to 50% on the bill that they have to pay anyway, they're buying NXQ tokens from people like you and I that choose to sell those tokens. That's where the liquidity comes from. Companies that are choosing to save up to 50% on a bill that they have to pay anyway. So we don't have to be on 5 or 10 different exchanges. Our tokens, we're not selling necessarily peer to peer. It's companies that are buying our tokens. But when we look at the case study of Bitcoin miners, because you having a nano server this early in the stages of Nextcloud, you're earning NXQ tokens, almost like you're mining the token, and it's paying you directly to your own private wallet. So how do you take advantage of the timing of where we are right now? Well, I'm going to tell you, you be smart, because I wasn't so smart. Very fortunate. Bitcoin, $350. I've lived on crypto for the past 8 years. 100%. 100%. But I can't tell you that was the smartest thing to do. It makes the difference between 7 figures and 8 figures. No way should I have been living on crypto that entire time. Knowing what I know now, I will be extremely smart with my NXQ tokens. Let's take a look at some of these case studies. Early BTC miners contributed their CPUs to the BTC network. The more money they earned, okay? Miners who started the first year earned about 4.1 million on a $1,000 investment. Others who waited 10 years later earned only 18,000 on the $3,000 investment. The numbers are the numbers. We are early in Nextcloud. We don't even have 1,000 nano servers in the market yet, but we will very, very soon. Let me give you what the numbers are. Right now, we have about 251 nano servers online. About 300 of them have been sold and shipped. 27 more orders not shipped yet. That's how early you are. When it comes to an opportunity, do you want to board the plane when it's on the ground or the plane of opportunity when it's in the air? This plane of opportunity is on the ground. It is. Boarding now, we all have a first-class ticket because of timing. Purely timing. So we're in phase 1. What does that mean? That means you cannot purchase the software to download on your existing PC today. Phase 1 is where you have the ability, once you're approved through issuance, to buy a nano server, which looks like a Wi-Fi router. Our goal is to get 1,000 of the nano servers in the market. Once we have 1,000 nano servers in the market, then we start bringing on companies, allow companies to choose their cloud computing service. And that pay cycle begins because they have to pay a bill anyway. Phase 2, people can download software that they purchase on their existing devices, whether it be a laptop computer, their gaming computer. And depending on the size of that computer and their computational power determines how many NXQ tokens they will earn. But I'm going to tell you, they're not going to earn the type of NXQ tokens as someone that owns a nano server. Think about it. People who were early had Bitcoin mining machines versus people that got them later on. Who do you think got the most Bitcoins? It was purely timing. So this is kind of what it looks like. I'm going to show you the devices in just a moment. It's engineered for peak performance. It's available in a range of sizes. It operates 50% increased efficiency over PC, and it's a seamless plug-and-play setup. No installation needed. Just plug up the device, power it on, and you're done. So why is Nextcloud so different? Well, We're the only blockchain company that allows anyone to link idle devices to solve a real world problem with the fastest growing organic market. That will be $1 billion in 2026. That pie is so big, you don't need a slice. Stick your fork in it and you can lick it and you're financially done. But we solve real problems. We cut the cost for businesses. We create positive income for average people, and we make the world greener. So how do we start? You get back with the person that invited you. They send you a link. You download the app. You put in the phone number of the person that referred you. The phone number that you register with to download the app is the same phone number and email that you must use with the broker issuance, the licensed dealer broker. They have to match. So you download, you register, you open up an account with issuance, they approve you. You then make your purchase of the Nano server. You plug it up and you're ready to rock and roll. I'm gonna stop my screen share for a moment, show you a couple other things. We've had an incredible article that was released in Yahoo Finance, but I'm going to show you what you would see inside the app. Inside the app, you will see where you have the ability to click on the function of, let me tell you exactly what it says, NFT Key Portal. When you click NFT Key Portal, you will see Invest in Nextcloud Technologies. You'll see Invest Now. You'll see View Form C, and you'll see View All Filings. If you click View All Filings, it takes you to the SEC website where you can see Nextcloud Technologies, Inc., and you can see the actual filings with the SEC. It's all here. If you click View Form C, you'll see the 100-page filing document. United States Security Exchange Commissions, everything is right there. I encourage you to go through this information yourself so that you can determine your risk factor. And then if you click Invest Now, here is where you open up the account with issuance. You must put the exact same phone number and email that you use to register with Nextcloud, the app. Once you are approved through issuance, you will then have access to the Nano servers, the Nano Cloud Nano servers inside the mobile app. And you can see on this page, we have 3, Atlas Prime, HyperX, Saturn Hexa. And you can see the price. They've been discounted. Those prices will not always be discounted. What you need to pay attention to is the cloud score. The higher the cloud score, the more NXQ tokens you will earn. See that here? If you want to know power consumption, there it is right here. Let's take a look at a few more servers. Here's 3 more. Jupiter Pi, Zeus Pro, Omega Max. Again, look at the cloud score. And you can see the power consumption of those devices. Couple more. Hercules Max, Ultra Max. Again, you can see the cloud score. You can see the memory, hard drive, CPU, and the cloud score and the power consumption. These are the Nano servers. Plug and play. And that's it. We have these Zooms every single Tuesday, Thursday, 8 p.m. UK time, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. giving you a chance to invite others to help us grow this ecosystem. We will have one tonight, exact same link at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern, giving you a chance to invite others so that we can grow this ecosystem. If you have any questions, we have a tech call that takes place every other Tuesday where it's led by our lead tech. Our next tech call will be Tuesday. That would be our next tech call. That's typically at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. That will be a different link. I've got a Telegram link that I'm going to put in this group for you to join if you have not joined the group. If you have not joined the Telegram group, please make sure you join this Telegram group. We've got support in this group just in case there's something going on with the device. Very, very helpful, resourceful. So make sure you plug in to that group. If you have any questions, you are able to unmute yourself. Let me know if you see that link too, by the way, the Telegram channel link. I want to make sure everyone's got it.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
Hi. I'm in the process of getting a server in the next couple of days. But when I registered, I think my screen went off and it enrolled me, but I'm not sure if I signed up under my sponsor. Is there any way of checking?
I did see your question in the group. We're going to give them a little bit of time to respond to that. They will definitely respond. Did you put a phone number in there, or you don't recall putting it in there?
I did put it in, but for some reason the screen changed on me. But as you said earlier, you said it couldn't go forward until you had put code in. So I'm hoping, I just want my sponsor to get the benefit that he deserves. That's all.
Sure. Yeah, typically, if you don't have that in there, we'll not let you progress. But we've got support on it. I'm sure we'll get a response on that as well. There will be a time where they open that up where you can see the number of referrals and all of that. They've already have that coded, but they have not released that function and made it accessible inside of the app just yet. It is coming very, very soon.
Okay, I'd just like another question. When this phase 2 and phase 3 comes on board, in terms of using laptops and computers, so obviously they have to be on all the time, don't they?
Yes.
Is there any the security obviously has to be very specialist to be able to use other people's PCs. So I take it you guys are well ahead of technology anyway. So I expect you to have done your homework on that.
Absolutely, 1000%.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's great. Amazing project. Very excited to be part of it. So thank you for everything.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of Nextcloud.
Thank you.
Any other questions? So again, let me go over these numbers just so everybody know where we are in terms of servers in the market. We've got 251 nano servers online. We've got 300 that are sold and shipped, and 27 more that are ordered that have not shipped yet. So those are our numbers in terms of where we are today. I'm sure by the time we have our tech call on Tuesday, those numbers will change as there's more servers going out.
Anton, sorry, one more question came to mind. Once you hit the 1,000 servers, will there still be opportunity for people to still buy servers?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
That's great. Thank you.
One piece that's important to know, there's 3,600 NXQ tokens that are issued every day. And what determines how much one get is obviously the type of nano server you have, your cloud score, and how many you have.
I'm hogging all the questions. You got another one. How many devices or servers can one person have? Is there a limit?
There's really no limit, but in one location, no more than 5.
Right, that's great.
In
That's
one
good enough.
location.
Great, thanks.
But you're asking great questions. You're asking great questions. Any other questions as we wrap up?
Yes, this is Elwood Tyson. I do have a question. If your internet service and you get a lot of interruptions, you're not having good quality from the internet, would that be a problem?
It could be. It could be, because inside of your app, you will be able to know if your servers are on or not. There's a light there that shows green or red. If it's green, that means it's up and running. If it's red, that means your devices are not running. So it's real clear the way they have it so that we'll know if we're on or we're not. You may want to consider better internet service if you see that is a problem, or just having a device somewhere else. Power, it's not using that much power, depending on the type of server that you have. There are some people even buying generators, backup generators, just in case they have a power outage. They got the generator running because they don't want their servers to come offline at all. There's some people that have taken it to a whole nother level. So hopefully that answered your question.
Yes, thank
Any
you.
other questions? I'm sorry, Tyson?
No, I was saying thank you.
Okay, awesome.
I'll take another question if you don't mind. The more servers that come on board, does that mean the next coin reduces from each server?
That is correct. That is correct. Which goes back to timing that I talked about. Timing now, look at all the NHQ tokens that one could be earning today, tomorrow, before we have all these servers in the market. There's a big event that's coming up October 23rd, which is a blockchain summit event in Dubai. It's one of the largest in the world. And we are speaking at that event. And there's going to be a prize given to the best startup pitch. And we paid to be at that event to speak. And I'm going to tell you, by the time that event is over, Nextcloud will be on the map without a doubt. More and more servers will be purchased. So timing is everything, which is great. We want servers purchased because companies are on board. They got to pay their bill. Members can sell their tokens when they want. But man, imagine all the NXQ tokens you can earn today. Thank you. I appreciate that. Any other questions? Was it Andrew? Andrew, you have a question? No more questions?
If I might add something?
Yes, sir. Yes. Mr. Bentley
Hi.
Thomas, you got to tell people who you are.
Okay. My name is Bentley Thomas. I just arrived a little bit later. I'm a software and hardware development engineer. I used to work for British Aerospace and German Aerospace. I spent 12 years in Germany, 13 years in Dubai, lived in South America for a year. I'm working to own my own system on Nextcloud simply because I find it as something which is pretty amazing. For me, having a Nextcloud system means that I can deliver my software to the world, anywhere in the world, from where I am here in Jamaica. Nextcloud will make it easy for me to be able to deploy my software and protect it, because the type of software which they've utilized to protect each one of the machines is so powerful. It's something which is, it's called Tailscale, and the Tailscale is a well-known design system which gives you distributed connections on a peer-to-peer basis. But basically, technically what that means is each machine can talk to another machine. Now, the reason they've done it specifically like that is so that when a service has been afforded in the network, the system can look and find out what is the easiest place to get that data connected to wherever that source is. So that, in other words, if I'm in the US, I need to be connected, and if I'm in the US and the service provider is in the US, then the connection to that data source is very, very quick. In other words, it's what we call a short hop from one place to the other. And if I'm in Taiwan, I don't need my service being transmitted all the way around the world in order to get there, but it needs to be right local where it is. If you utilize a normal cloud services, they are fixed in terms of where they serve the data, whereas Nextcloud ensures that it's a very, very short hop. So it's a very advanced system which they've put together. One of the reasons why I know about doing this is because I was building my own system, which is just like this. Not in its full entirety, but quite similar. And this one is, in my opinion, one of the best which is on the planet right now. And to me, Nextcloud makes it very, very easy to deploy software in a very, very safe manner. There's no way you can distribute something like this without ensuring that it's safe, because these things are in people's homes. When it's in a normal cloud, they usually protect just the cloud services themselves. But in Nextcloud, they have to do it on a machine basis, because everyone knows that someone wants to try and attack, and they reduce the attack surface by putting in cryptographic technology. One of the main things that you'll find that the NFT does, it has a 12-word code which secures that machine to ensure that as the NFT is assigned to that machine, that is your ticket to make sure that is the safety in terms of authentication, so that no one can just hack into your machine just like that. It's just not possible. In the first phase, as Anton was speaking about, you'll have these nano servers, and then later on, the extremely exciting part of it is when you have the system open to everyone to be able to put their own machines on there. For me, I found that extremely exciting. But this early phase, I find also riveting too. In the early days, you'll find, just like in any other crypto system, the early days are the ones where you make the most money. And so making or maximizing your profits is done when you come in very early. Okay, that's all I had to say. To me, Nextcloud is an amazing system. And although I'm not a part of Nextcloud, I will be a part of the system. Okay, thanks very much, Antoine.
Thank you, Bentley, for sharing your software IT engineering experience. It is very, very helpful to hear from someone like you, to have the knowledge and the skill set to be able to understand the value, the security protocol that Nextcloud offers people like you and I. So thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. Any other questions? Well, guys, that will conclude our Zoom for today. For those of you that have prospects or you want to get on the Zoom for tonight, it's the exact same link. We will use this exact same link moving forward for all of our Zooms. Gay said, my server hit 5K yesterday. Oh my goodness. Wow. How long have you had your server, Gay?
Need to unmute her microphone.
Yeah, Gay, you can unmute yourself if you're in position. If not, you can type in how long you had your server. I know she couldn't have had it too long. I think the first server in the UK is 3 weeks, so she couldn't have had it more than 3 weeks. So roughly about 3 weeks, 20 something days.
Sorry, guys. I'm sat.
Oh, there we go.
It's Michael here.
Michael, okay.
Hi, guys.
Sorry.
I'm sat with Gay and Daniel and a couple of the others here because we're all together having a party because it was my server, me and the missus' server that hit the 5K. I posted it in the group, and yeah, it was 3 weeks. It's 3-week birthday yesterday, and it's climbing steadily. And I appreciate all the facts you've given us tonight. The volume and NXQ per day is a limited number, and they're shared amongst the people that have servers online. So I'm looking forward to the big days to come.
If I may, which server do you have?
I have an Omega Max.
Omega Max. Let me show the people what server that is. Here it is. He's got the Omega Max right here.
Hi, everybody. I've only got the small one, the little white one. It looked quite cute.
The Hypern X.
That's it. It looks cute.
That's why I got a black one.
Oh, God, Michael. Oh, dear.
Right, mute me now, quick.
Mute you. I'm going to shoot you.
They're having a party. I love it.
We're having one just for the servers.
There you go.
We're having a great time with NXQ at Nextcloud, and it's just really nice to hear all this, the steps moving forward. Thank you, Bentley, for that insight, because every time I listen to you talk, I learn a little bit more, go a little bit stronger. So it's nice to hear all these facts. And as I tell all my team, come to the meetings with a notepad and make notes, because it's too much to remember.
Yes. Agreed. Thank you so much, Michael. Appreciate it. You and the missus hopping on. I love the joy that I hear. I love it. That's awesome. That's awesome. Derek, anything you'd like to share as we wrap up?
Ask him as well. If you can ask him about what I've got, I'm at the same amount of money.
Okay. The Jupiter Pi. Okay. The Jupiter Pi. Where? There it is,
No,
right there.
I hate that one. No, I got the white one. I've got the white one.
Awesome.
Have you moved it now?
Awesome. Congratulations. Well, guys, thank you so much. Remember, there's no guarantees here. You have to determine your own risk factor. And I suggest you go through the information here, Do whatever you need to do to feel comfortable to identify what your risk tolerance is. And we'll go from there. Thank you guys for tuning in. Everyone, take care and God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you.